This is an alarming number from the CDC tonight, 4,600. Now that's how many kids and young adults between 10 and 24 take their own lives each year.
As the suicide rate continues to rise, college students have banded together to combat factors that can cause depression and suicide. It's a particularly sensitive topic for Georgia Tech after multiple students there took their lives in recent years.
Now, Fox's Emily Ikeda joins us from the Georgia Tech campus with details and has the latest. Emily?
Well, the increase in the number of suicides isn't unique to Georgia. We've seen the suicide rate here in the U.S. increase by 2% every year for more than a decade now. That's why many field experts say mental health is one of the most pressing issues facing specifically teens today.
He died in our home. So he took his life in his bedroom, in the wee hours of the morning on October 15th.
Since Will Trautwein's death 8 years ago, suicide rates have continued to climb in the U.S. Now the second leading cause of death among teens.
It's heartbreaking.
Communities across the country gripped by the issue, including Georgia Tech, after 2 students took their lives at the end of last year.
At this panel today, we're going to be discussing
Now students are taking matters into their own hands.
Good to see both of y'all.
Hosting the first ever intercollegiate mental health conference over the weekend, bringing together 10 universities.
Why don't we share what we've already done and sort of collaborate and coordinate on these efforts to barriers that exist on every college campus?
Students and field experts discuss the complex constellation of factors that can cause depression and suicide, but took aim at one in particular.
Social media use,
which has skyrocketed since 2012. Common Sense reporting in 2018, 70% of teens visited social media platforms multiple times a day. But Dr. Nancy Roy is optimistic about the power of peer-to-peer education.
To be able to have a responsible discourse about how can we use social media for good with each other, the people who are using it and in the weeds with it the most, is probably going to be the most effective.
The college students of today are taking this under their own wing. And think of what that's going to do to the future when these kids become adults, when these kids become leaders in their community.
And with social media under a more critical eye, Facebook, which owns Instagram, recently announced several changes to its policies to help prevent self-harm. Within the next several weeks, users will no longer be able to post graphic, cutting images to the social media sites. Live in Atlanta, Emily Ikeda, Fox 5 News.
All right, thank you, Emily.